The trade deadline. So let's get this out of the way because people are going to be like, "What? I thought there was a trade deadline." All the trade deadline means is that if you want to have a player in your roster for the playoffs, you have to trade for said player before the trade deadline. After the trade deadline, if you acquire somebody, you can't play on your team in the playoffs. Both Winnipeg and Philly, not in the playoffs. The Winnipeg Jets, clearly unable to come to any kind of an agreement with Kevin Hayes, have traded the rights to negotiate with them to the Philadelphia Flyers. And if you look at a Flyers depth chart, second line center, that'd be good. If Hayes sticks around and signs and they have cap space for next year, it does mean that when everybody's due, they may have issues, but there's no team in the league that you can say that's not the case with. So, Hayes being picked up for a fifth rounder, there's going to be people who look at it and go, that's all Winnipeg could get? Well, yeah, because we've seen before where guys get traded like this and then they don't come to terms with the team that traded for them and then they end up going to free agency anyways. I remember Christian Ehrhoff being one. I remember pretty sure Vancouver traded him to the Islanders and the Islanders ended up losing to Buffalo. So, again, just because Philly's got him doesn't necessarily mean they sign him, but I like Philly's moxie here. Chuck Fletcher said they would be aggressive. This is aggressive. This is an attempt to make a change, and it's picking up a guy without losing anything that's going to hurt your team in the short term or probably the long term. I mean, a fifth round pick. And when you look at what Winnipeg gave up to get the asset in Kevin Hayes, yeah, it's a downgrade. This is kind of what happens when you buy at the deadline. You end up picking up somebody who in this case was a pure rental, and then you end up having to sell or just lose them for nothing. And that's the situation they were in. So for Winnipeg, no Kevin Hayes. This black hole they seem to have at center in Winnipeg, which they had Stastny last year, now they had Hayes this year. Fix that. And I know that makes it sound overly simplistic, but Winnipeg really needs to fix it and have that fix in place in October rather than trying to get somebody at the deadline because it just doesn't seem to add up. Hayes didn't really play a major role for them in the playoffs, kind of played his way out, and it was clear that it just didn't work with him in Winnipeg. But we'll see what happens with him in Philly should he happen to sign there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, especially Flyers fans. Is Hayes exactly what you need? Or did you want something else perhaps at center? Or is center not the problem? Let me know what you guys think about that. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, I'm recording this after the first period of St. Louis and Boston. I'm going to say it here. And it's game 4 I'm recording this during. This series ain't over. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.